The prince wasn't too disappointed?
She didn't express her gratitude, at any rate.
With you, she must not be used to failure. The others were pretty surprised, in fact.
Were they?
Some of them think you're not as motivated as you used to be. They think you're tired. They're wrong, aren't they?
And with that, hello you beautiful people and welcome back to Let's Play Vampire the Masquerade Swansong, where we go on. And yes, they are wrong.
I'm not done yet. This body has many long years ahead of it.
Then you'll have to prove to them. Those who are disappointed today will be your enemies tomorrow.
Let them talk.
You didn't tell me what was in those files you gave the prince.
I don't see how that's any of your business.
To make up your own mind about something, the best way is to go to the source. And apparently, Jason Moore is well informed.
I see. You'll have to be patient, Fang.
Do you think that this setback will be an issue for our plans to...
A favor from the prince wouldn't have hurt. But it's not the be-all, end-all in determining your fate. How do you feel about it?
Honestly, I just want to get it over with. Like when you're going into finals.
Even if there's no going back?
It's a little late for that, isn't it?
It is.
Your child, Beryl Underwood, did he have any second thoughts?
I don't want to discuss it.
He's your only child, so I wondered how it went. Well, could you enlighten me?
Okay, let's answer honestly.
Beryl is very different from you. He always has been. I was blind. It won't happen again. Beryl would have begged me to get what he wanted. Your patience reassures me. I'm making the right choice with you.
You seem to really have a problem with him.
Yes, and that's why you must stay away from him.
This separation between you, what caused it?
Don't dig too far into it. You know this is something I don't discuss.
That's too bad.
Alright, disciplines, dialogue powers. Dialogue powers can be used on all compatible dialogue choices. To use dialogue power, you must activate it in the selection wheel, then select the dialogue option. Only one dialogue power may be active at a time. You may activate or deactivate the power as long as no dialogue option has been selected. Using that dialogue power generates hunger. Increase the success rate by 50. Okay. If she has something to tell me, she'd better say it. Yeah, that sounds good, right?
I'm not one to beat around the bush, especially on a matter like this. So either be frank with me, or be silent.
I'm sorry, it's just that it's not easy for me.
I'm listening.
Beryl asked me to come by and see him.
Did you?
I didn't think anything bad could happen. I actually thought that...
You ignored what I told you. Don't ever do that again. What did he want with you?
Nothing in particular. He wanted to get to know me. He told me about Seattle, the Camarilla. He was just being nice, that's all.
Beryl isn't nice. He's dangerous. I'm going to have a word with him.
But...
Wait here.
Just one more, and then you can go rest.
Okay.
Alright.
Yep. We showed her, right? I don't know. Yeah, let's crack on then. Good. It's a nice picture, by the way. We can drink her. Not yet.
I'm sorry, but I
Yeah,
need to
dude.
take a break.
Ah, these are all vessels, right? Okay, good. Fair enough.
Any news here?
Everyone is stressed out. I've never seen anything like it. They're all talking in hushed voices. They barely dare to look at each other.
People and their moods. I'm not interested in that.
I saw them take one of Jason Moore's bodyguards below. To question him, I imagine. That could be of interest to you. Say, how are things with the girl?
Excuse me.
It's Zhu Feng, right?
She's not a girl.
Things going okay?
Yes. She worries me, Beryl.
The interest certain people have taken in her has given me cause for concern.
Maybe that's something you should talk about with the person in question. Do you think you'll embrace her soon?
As soon as possible, once the prince gives me permission.
You met Fang at MIT, didn't you?
I'm familiar with her writings first. That's where I first approached her. That's okay. I was familiar with her writing first.
I first discovered her by reading one of her articles.
What does she write?
She studies the blue economy.
To each his own. I don't even know what that means.
It's about hope. A hope of making up for centuries of exploitation.
Since when are you concerned about that?
Since I saw Beryl poison our kind.
Blood or money? I've never embraced anyone.
Why?
How come?
The story of my life, and my unlife. I have no progeny, mortal or otherwise.
By choice?
Yes, and no. When things weren't so strict, I could have asked, but I didn't have anyone in mind. Not like you and Fang. Now it's too late, as I've clearly been made to understand.
Sometimes having a child is a mistake. She could have another chance.
You shouldn't have any regrets, Sylvia. Sometimes your progeny can be quite a disappointment.
I've already heard that. From my own parents. Be that as it may, I hope the prince will allow you to do it.
I don't know.
I hope last night isn't weighing on you too heavily.
I'm all right.
The prince won't base her decision on just that. You've already proven your worth, Mr. Bazori.
We'll see about that. I'd better be going.
See you.
And thank you for the conversation. Now, first of all, go talk to Beryl in his apartment.
A message from Caius. Need you downstairs. Urgent issue. Bad timing. I'm going to have to choose. Help Caius or speak with Beryl.
Okay, it's urgent. I guess the other talk is urgent too. But, well, what's done is done, right?
We're waiting for Mr. Leto's signal. Until then, if you have any questions, save on. Got it.
I want... No problem. Oh, there you are. Follow me, please. We'll speak in private.
Wait a second.
Can we
Dear
get
Miss-
this over with quickly?
Password has been changed. Okay. Yeah, then let's crack on. Hello, boy.
You wanted to see me?
Happy to see you, Galeb. We don't usually let anybody down here, but I can bend the rules for you.
To what do I owe this honor?
I need you. Something's come up. On the night of the attack, someone sent a message to an unauthorized recipient.
What's the matter with that?
Is that a problem?
Could be a major one. Not a lot of people can do that, you know.
Okay, he's trying to protect himself. If it wasn't him, then who was it? Yeah, that's good.
Who could have done that?
That's precisely the question I want you to answer. Galeb, I need your help. I get the feeling that it's all connected. It's too huge to be a coincidence.
Do you suspect anyone in particular?
Jara Drory.
Double agent. Java was originally from a small fishing valley off the coast of Croatia. Arriving in Boston in 1841, she left behind a life of misery and prostitution, along with her sire, whom she was careful not to let get wind of her departure. Her natural distrust of other kindred pushed her to settle in the city's sewer system, where she aspired to an unlife of solitude. Sadly, it took only a single mistake to be discovered and brought before Kurt Dench, one of the most influential and intimidating Nosferatu in the region. Much of Java's surprise, Dench was disconcertingly transparent with her. He spoke of his allegiance to the British in New England and shared with her his intention to establish a vast Nosferatu spy network throughout the area. She was enamored of the idea. After a long period of observation, Kurt officially inducted Drory as an agent. She would spare no effort and stepped up her ingenuity to meet Dench's expectations. In particular, she managed to infiltrate a pocket of anti-British resistance, the Kindred of Liberty, and went as far as to integrate herself with their primogen. This dual identity allowed her to pass on invaluable information to the British colonists, which they used to tighten their hold over Boston. This fruitful collaboration awakened feelings in Java that she thought had died out long before, feelings for Dench, whom she so often worked with. Despite his unfriendly demeanor, Kurt was an honest man, straightforward and dependable, a man who Drory realized she had much in common with. Though she dared not to take the plunge, 15 years later Kurt would do it for her. Turncoat. 2008. The fall of London rocked the British colonies in America. Java was unshaken and maintained her cover. While in the shadows, the network of Nosferatu tightened its ranks. Kurt disappeared, thinking at first that he was on a long mission. Java looked to her peers for an answer without success. Weeks turned to months, then years. When, with the beckoning taking the British leaders away, Java abandoned her dual identity and firmly integrated herself among the Americans. She took advantage of her purported involvement in the fight against the colonists to gain access to the primogen of the city's new prince, Hazel Everson, who made Java her chief of security. Java may have changed her allegiance, but her heart still clung desperately to Kurt, whom she still hoped to see return. Something deep within her kept her from giving up. In the meantime, Java does what she has to survive and drowns her loneliness in work and excess.
It's easy to accuse someone who's not here to defend herself.
Yes, and I might have it all wrong. But I wouldn't accuse her unless I had serious doubts. Think it through carefully. For starters, she's one of the few who knows how the system works.
She'd be able to cover her tracks, wouldn't she?
Maybe. But maybe she made a mistake.
According to our intel, Jara may have been captured.
She was caught in her own trap. Anyways, nothing concrete. Just a hunch, if you want to call it that. In my place, under the current circumstances, I can't really go poking my nose in her business.
And I can.
Nobody will bother you. I'm not asking for much. Just take a look in Jara's room to see if you can find anything that ties her to any of this. And if you could do it quickly.
Why?
Because I'm about to erase a ton of data. It's the Code Red protocol. And since Jara vanished, the prince wants her personal data to disappear along with her. That doesn't give us much time. You in?
Yeah, alright.
I could maybe go and take a look around.
Great. I found a key to her room. Take it.
Thanks.
It's our last chance to recover the data from Jara Drory's computer before everything disappears for good. Just insert this thumb drive and it will download everything I need. If she betrayed us, I'll know.
Fine. I'll go see what I can find.
Thanks. One last thing.
Uh-huh.
If you could keep this just between you and me,
Fine.
and don't come back to see me here. It's supposed to be sealed. It'll look suspicious. I'll send in an engineer after you. Give him the drive when you're done, but don't tell him anything. We have to keep this between us.
As you wish.
Okay.
Blood tests from the Red Salon.
I don't get the feeling our interrogations are getting anywhere. I think we should bleed them a little.
Semi
before
report
we
on
act.
evolution
What
of
do you
model.
think
I
on that?
think that we already had, by the way.
You all look alike.
Okay, migration of servers, meeting with team, update, change passwords, transfer interruption. I checked the logs and I don't understand what went wrong. A conflict with the firewall. We'll try something else. Shit, I need Mr. Lito's authorization. Call him back. Still haven't received the processors. Enter code
Now's not the time for
4965.
A list of ingredients and side effects.
Okay, analyze.
Dejan wanted to warn us about the Hartford Chantry's favorite rituals. He doesn't trust Deneb Osborne.
Okay, Quincy Market, investigation report. The Crimson Oaks could be behind the aborted attack. Seems to have an
Looks like
exclusive
everything is in order.
baker recently. Several deliveries to a new group in town, according to Octo. One of her, Quincy Crimson Oaks, several times. Several abandoned buildings were recently used as a temporary havens by a group of individuals. Annotated map of Boston. Don't know if that was actually worth it. Interview rooms.
Lahane is waiting to be questioned. If you go see her, don't go
Oh,
easy
hello
on her.
guys.
If you ask me, there's not much more you'll be able to...
James, isn't it? Jason Moore's bodyguard.
Yes, Mr. Pizzori.
I've got some questions for you.
I've already answered so many questions.
Why wasn't he at Moore's place?
You weren't with Moore yesterday. You went against standing orders.
No, he sent me to his office.
Why?
I was supposed to pick up some files. He was being really weird, like he was stalling for time.
You were supposed to bring him here, weren't you?
Yeah, but he said he had to get some documents from his place, and then he sent me to his office. At the time, I didn't think too much of it, but looking back on it, he was really doing everything he could not to leave with us.
You should have been more attentive.
What happened after that?
What happened once you got to his office?
I had a hard time finding what he wanted. He wasn't very clear about where I'd be able to find some specific invoices.
You lost precious time. You weren't his handservant.
When I came back, the police had the whole place roped off, so I came straight here. And since then, I've done nothing but answer questions and wait.
How naive.
About the party last night?
Moore was at the party. So were you.
Yeah, I don't like to talk about it.
Okay, calm him down. Okay, let's try. Oh no, no. Okay, damn it.
I'm here to help you. And to help you, I need to know what happened. I need you.
Okay. Okay. When we got there, Moore was stressed out.
Why?
He was waiting for Mr. Underwood. He kept asking for him. He had invited him to the party, I guess. Moore was in a hurry to see him.
Details about the attack.
What about the attack?
It was fast and bloody. I'd never seen anything like it. Heavy caliber, surgical precision. It's a miracle we made it out of there.
I don't believe in miracles.
It was like they knew exactly where to shoot, like they had specified targets.
You were nobody to them. At best, collateral damage.
How lucky. I don't know how anyone could have made it out of there. Those guys weren't amateurs.
We lost a number of people. We're still searching.
Good luck.
Does he know what's going to happen to him now?
Do you know what's going to happen next?
I have no idea. Nobody's telling me anything. Do you know?
The prince will determine your fate when she has time.
I'm not a high priority, am I?
I wouldn't be in a hurry if I were you.
I could still be useful to the Camarilla. Please.
I'm not the one who needs to hear it.
Okay, that'll be all.
I must leave you.
I get the feeling I'll be staying here a long time.
Don't know.
I'm no use to anyone here. I want to make those bastards pay.
Okay,
Mr.
hello.
Missouri, are you here to lead me to the slaughterhouse?
If I wanted you dead,
I'm afraid you're only delaying the inevitable.
Does she know who sent her?
who do you take orders from?
There's no way of knowing. I just follow orders. Normally I get my instructions through messages. They're not signed.
Normally? Do you do this often?
Yes, I'm often sent out into the field to do your dirty work. Protect your masquerade. Keep an eye on your interests. I'm your grim lackey. But we're not so different, you and I.
I've never been locked up in here. I've never put the oh yes, that's good.
You deliberately sabotaged my undertaking. You got in my way. You're nothing like me. You never will be.
Only one of us could succeed last night, and my orders came from on high.
Mine did as well. Straight from the prince's mouth.
We can play this game for hours if you want, but I'm not sure it'll really do you any good. We are clearly working for opposing interests.
And?
All I can say is, you don't know to send for a high-caliber cleaner like me if you're not somebody important.
Somebody important?
Yeah, it's flimsy, I know. But not even I know who's behind it. And you only have your kindred friends to blame for that.
Nobody questioned her.
Did anyone question you?
No. I was brought here, and now I wait. I think the situation is so dire that a lowly servant isn't high on their list of priorities.
Indeed. I already gave my report to the prince. They know what to expect from you.
I was just following orders. Business as usual. Even if that won't make the slightest difference.
You were serving our enemy's interests. That stops now. That will be all, Lehane.
One more thing.
What?
What have you heard from the outside? Everyone's lips seem sealed since I got here. Do they at least know who hit us?
The Second Inquisition.
Really? Who'd have thought the great Hazel Iverson would be driven out by Kine?
Show some respect for your prince in the few hours that remain to you.
Farewell, Mr. Bazori.
Alright, but guys, I think that is then right now actually gonna be it for today. We are gonna go on here, obviously, in the next episode tomorrow. And you know it, I, as usual, really thank you for watching. If you guys actually do have enjoyed today's episode, then please give me a little thumbs up and subscribe. And hopefully I see you in the next episode. Until then, I wish you all a wonderful day. Stay frosty.